Hello, Railers fans. Cam McGuire here for another episode of the Railers Roundup series as we begin to introduce you to the 2021-22 members of the Worcester Railers. And the player to my right, Drew Callin, doesn't formally need a new introduction, but maybe a little hello, how are you? And great to see you again, Drew.
Yeah, it's great to be back. Good to see you again, Cam.
Drew, obviously the plan was to return to Worcester last season, but the Railers not partaking in the ECHL season last year. And ultimately for you, you were fortunate enough to end up spending some time out with the Rapid City Rush. Just kind of talk about your experience out in Rapid City, a little further west than Worcester.
Yeah, it was a little crazy last year. You know, when the season ended, we were all kind of disappointed. We had a good team coming together, and you know, I was really fortunate. I was fortunate to go out and get some games out there. Wasn't able to finish the whole season, but just get some games under my belt, get a new experience, and learn from playing for a different coach, different system really taught me a lot. So taking that experience and bringing it into this year for sure.
Well, it was no surprise when the Railers were going to re-sign Ross Olson and Drew Callin that it would be a dual announcement. I believe that's the third straight year in a row that's happened, but we put a little spin on it this year and we decided to test the acting skills of Drew Callin and Ross Olson with a little Step Brothers recreation of the interview scene. And I got to ask you, how would you rate your performance in that little skit with your buddy Ross?
I think I did pretty well. You know, it kind of came together really quick, and we were thinking on our toes a lot, but I think for the most part, we did pretty solid.
I got to ask you, after, we'll look down the road here. Maybe acting is something that maybe you and Ole are going to get into after hockey?
Absolutely not. I mean, that video, that probably took us longer than we should have, but it was fun. It was really funny.
Drew, a couple months away from opening night, October 23rd, as the Railers will take on the Maine Mariners right here at the DCU Center, but still some time to go before we get to October. What are some things that you're working on your game this summer to get better and get ready for the upcoming year?
Yeah, well, I'm just excited to be back in the area. You know, being out here, there's a lot of opportunity to skate, work out, things like that. So for me, my experience last year, I was kind of playing a bottom level role, so learning that experience and kind of bringing that into this year, trying to play anywhere up and down the lineup. So been working a lot on my footwork. Being a bigger player, my footwork's always been a key for me. And then just working around the net, scoring touch, being better in front of the net, and being a 200-foot player, offense and defense.
Quickly look back to the 2019-20 season where you finished with 25 points, 14 goals, and you really elevated your play when Railers general manager and head coach David Cuniff was brought in, and he was really looking forward to working with you this past season. And I know you guys stayed in contact even when you were out in Rapid City. Has to feel good to get reconnected with Cunny and be on the ice with him here in a couple months.
Yeah, I mean, especially after this past year, him reaching out to me and staying in touch with me throughout the season just shows what kind of person he is. And, he's someone that you're willing to go through a wall for now. So taking that experience last year, keeping in touch with him, he believes in me, and, learning a lot from him the past couple of years over the phone, on the ice, whether it's, him sending me clips or whatnot. But he's been awesome with me, and I'm really looking forward to working with him again.
Drew, aside from the rink, like we said, a couple more months till opening night and training camp and all that sorts of things get worked out and finally hit the ground running again. What's in store the rest of the summer? I know you've been working on the golf game a little bit.
Yeah, trying to get out as much as I can. It's not to where I want it to be yet, but hopefully I can get out a few more times. But just skating as much as I can, working out, and just getting ready for this season, making the most of our time here.
Well, Drew, we're happy to have you back. I know our fans are thrilled to see you back in a Worcester uniform this year, and opening night can't come soon enough. Thanks for the time today, and look forward to chatting down the road, and we'll see you back on the ice in October.
Absolutely. Thanks, Cam.